Welcome to episode 130 of the Character Unlock podcast. My name is Brooker, and joining me, as always, is my good buddy John.
Hi.
And my good buddy Lee.
Hello.
So I'm going to switch that up, and I'm going to say actually joining me for the last time, because this is going to be the last Character Unlock podcast I think that we put out. It's me. It's me walking away from it. I don't have the fucking time. I do have the time, but like we joke about it a lot, and I sit there going, oh yeah, all these fucking games I want to play. I ain't got time to play them, and the problem is, I genuinely don't.
It's hard to have a content-filled podcast when we don't have time to actually build the content.
It is. Yeah. The thing is, right? We've
especially
all got...
now you started playing Hades. You're playing like one game for the last 3 months.
Well, yeah, this is true. But we've all got lives, and we've all got wives and kids and girlfriends and things we do outside of the podcast. And the problem being, for me anyway, and I know you guys kind of come across this a little bit as well, but I don't want to sit and say, oh, all I did in the last 2 weeks was play 45 minutes of one game because I was busy watching movies or doing some training for work because I've got a project coming up. And there's not fun content. It's not interesting content. It's not fucking interesting to talk about either. So the people listening are fucking bored, and I'm bored saying it. And when you get to the other side of that, you kind of go, well, I've kind of forced my way through 3 games in the last 2 weeks. They were all fun, but I didn't really enjoy my time with them because I felt like I was forcing them through so I could have something to talk about. So I made the decision a couple of weeks ago. I did 2 podcasts to do this, and I did the Mild Threat and Peril podcast, which is a horror-based podcast. And this is another problem, of course. I can't have content for 2 podcasts when I haven't got time to do content for either of them. It's not particularly easy. So I've walked away from that one as well, and genuinely, I'm gutted. And even just talking about like knocking this on the head, I was dead sad because we've been doing this for 5 years, just over 5 years. So we started in September 2016, I think, and we did it. I don't know if people will remember. We did it. We were an offshoot of the Foul Critics podcast. The Foul Critics used to be a film podcast that I guest hosted on. A few friends of mine, still friends of mine, Owen and Steve, great guys. And we just kind of started doing this. So John and I started doing this just as something. Again, it was an excuse to play games and just talk shit about video games for a couple of hours. And it kind of grew into this whole thing for us. And obviously, a couple of years in, we brought Lee in as well because you were a regular on the podcast. And 5 years we've been doing this, and I've loved almost every second of it. There are days when I go, I can't be fucking bothered, and it's never you guys. It's the thought of going, I've got what turned into a 3-hour chat. I've now got to edit that down. And it's quite a quick turnaround as well because we record on a Wednesday, and I generally have it out Thursday night, Friday morning. So it's quite lightning quick, and I have to be like up quite late sometimes. I've still got a job to do, and I've got a kid and a dog and a wife, and at some point sleep has to happen. But I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Boys, how are you guys? You alright?
I'm very sad.
I am very sorry.
Melancholy. Yeah, I'm good. I would have put in before John because technically I've got the louder voice and I'm more dominating presence anyway. So I figured I'd go first. Yeah, I'm good. I've actually had time to play some games, so that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But on the plus side of us not doing this anymore, we've actually played more games together.
We have
than we usually do, because I've played Back 4 Blood quite a bit with John. Quite a bit. I've had 2 or 3 sessions, and then you and I played Wolfenstein for a night, didn't we? And then
so we got that to carry on and finish off at some point.
So it'd be nice to take this time that we'd normally put into doing podcasts to actually just playing with each other.
I think that's the thing though. Like we kind of go, and we were finding this like last year when we were doing the co-op challenge, and we all had times where we were getting a bit frustrated trying to squeeze in times to play together before we recorded a podcast, And we have such a laugh when we play games together, whether it's just like 2 of us or all 3 of us. We have such a laugh, but it shouldn't be trying to cram it in. It was such a ball ache, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but you're right. Like we've played some. And I've been waiting to play Youngblood for you to catch up with me because I obviously finished all the others, and so we could play that together. Back for Blood at some point I will play. I'm desperate to play Back for Blood. I'm supposed to be playing with Paddy and his lot at some point, but he's busy at the moment. Bless him.
I'll jump in with you on that as well. It makes no difference to me.
Well, at some point I've got Call of Duty set on my PlayStation now, waiting for me to start. So I was bitching all weekend that my Call of Duty didn't arrive. Turned up Monday, and I was like, well, I'm not fucking playing this now. I'm not playing anything until I've got my fucking Hades plan. So Call of Duty will be the palate cleanser for my Hades Platinum. So it can be just the shit game that I spend 4 hours playing before I move on to something else.
You've still got the ending to come.
I know,
which is beautiful.
It's absolutely bonkers. I'm 45 hours or something into this game, and I haven't seen the actual end yet.
It's mad, but it's totally worth it. And you don't really need to see it, but it's just that last little bit, and you think, yeah, that was worth watching because that was really good.
I think I'm kind of at a point with Hades now where you can feel the stories, the little meta stories and little arcs wrapping up.
Yeah.
I think I've only got 2 or 3 like actual like little character driven stories. I've still got to like see the end, but the little character driven stories, I've only got a couple left to go, and I've dropped it down now. So after I sent you guys the screenshot of my 16 heat run today, I've dropped it down to fucking 0, and I'm grinding through now just to play the story. I don't need to run through that heat anymore. I've got enough of all the resources that I can get, I think, to to finish through. And I must have 20 runs left just to grind out keepsakes. So I'm not gonna turn it up too high and just have a bit of fun with it now. But yeah, that's for me. That's the game that came out of this whole thing. Like a year ago, you were screaming about it, and I was like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll play it at some point. Yeah, all right, fucking hell, shut up.
Yeah, this while John was asleep in the background, snoring, spilling his coffee because he's not, when he's mental. But
and yeah, I've now bought it twice. And mate, my missus, she's going fucking spare with me playing this game, and she can hear me yelling at the TV as well, like all the fucking time. In that final boss, every run, when he disappears. And every time I yell, "You fucking chicken shit, come back here!" It's
a hard game to better. I think it's so. I mean, obviously they did a lot of the pre-work on PC,
yeah,
and got it to a level where it was absolutely cock on.
Did you ever watch the making of documentary that
I watched bits of it. Yeah, it was brilliant.
So because he always gets great interviews, and like he does a great documentary. I've watched all the Arcane ones he's done; they're all great. And the Hades, I watched all the Hades ones before I started playing Hades, just out of curiosity, and obviously because you were screaming about it. I was like, well, let's see if I can see what the big deal is, because obviously at the time I couldn't do it, and now I absolutely see it now. I think assuming I can get it, once that platinum pings, I will genuinely have to just uninstall it and come away from the PlayStation for a couple of days, because
then you can just install Transistor and Pyre.
No. I tried. I've got Transistor. I played it on the Switch and couldn't get on with it.
See, now I think that you've played Hades.
Nah.
I think that you'll like Transistor more. Pyre is still an acquired taste, but the story for Pyre is really good.
I think Hades for me came into its own when it went on to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
when I was forced to play it on the big screen with a controller I liked. Because there's a lot. My hands were hurting like over the weekend because I was off work ill for a couple of days. So I basically plonked my ass in front of the TV and played Hades because that was all I really had the energy to do. My hands were killing me at the end of that, and that was on my DualSense. Imagine that on those fucking little Switch controllers.
Yeah, Dead Cells and Hades were both much, much, much better for me once I was able to play it on an actual console.
Yeah, it definitely came into its own on the PS5. That's 20 quid I will never ever regret spending.
No.
Yeah, it is really good, and I'm very very glad I bit the bullet and tried it. Yeah. How about you, John? You all right back there?
Yeah, sure. What were you talking about? I fell asleep again.
I'm not even surprised.
Nope. He asked, "How are you?" and I just totally took.
Yeah, we ended up talking about Hades.
Yeah, about Hades. It's almost like there's a reason we're not doing this anymore, and I think it's Hades.
That is definitely the reason. I need more Hades.
Otherwise, it becomes the Hades part.
It really
podcast.
is time that you play it. It really is.
It's not.
It
I
is.
mean, I'm gonna play it. I just don't know when. It's on my massive list of games that I just don't play.
Yeah.
The problem is that I've come across falling in love with playing a game called Destiny 2 again, and that eats up a lot of time. As much as I hope that it doesn't, it does eat up a lot of time.
I was getting my
and I
arse
can't-
handed to me repeatedly.
and that too.
Yeah.
I like how you've got that twice. One by me saying it, one by Brooker saying it.
Yeah. That is weird, isn't it?
I like how Lee has a character unlock soundboard.
I totally should make one of those.
If only we were still
It'd have-
podcasting.
It'd
after
have
this,
to be on
we could
Excel
do it.
because I don't know any way of using anything else. I mean, there's not
But
to say that I won't want to come back and do like super special editions or something if we have loads to talk about. But I mean, I'm not expecting to.
I
Well-
don't know. I think we can still do occasional super specials. Just like
So
we've
this
got no reason to do anything else.
this directs us on nicely because I was thinking about this the other day. Like when we were talking about planning on obviously doing this last episode, and I was like, so like I say, 5 years worth of just talking utter bollocks, and I don't know if I could pick out like a favourite moment from like the 5 years, but actually thinking about it, it was really really easy. And I'll take you guys back to the first EGX we all went to, sitting in that fucking hotel restaurant, trying to record a podcast with. There was us three. There was Jack. There was Dunny. And there was. Fuck, who else was there? I can't remember.
That other guy.
That other guy. Fuck.
What? Wait, what?
The one
First
that I
there
went
was-
on the train home with that I can't remember the
No,
name
that was
of.
Jack.
That
Alright.
was Jack.
So it was Jack.
There was Jack, Dunny,
Dunny.
Josh.
There you go.
Yeah, and yourself,
Yeah, and us. That's what I said. I said us three.
and that random woman sat behind you.
And the random woman sat behind me who didn't like us. And
Yeah, did not like us at all.
the poor waitress who I scared the shit out of. Trying to record that in the stupidest fucking setting, trying to edit it was not my favourite moment of my podcast life. But actually trying to record it, while we were eating these stupidly huge fucking sloppy burgers and drinking, and lads, it was such a fun time. That's the kind of shit I would quite happily do again, just because it was just completely bananas.
Yeah, but
Agreed.
And I think for me, like wasn't last year, it was the year before when we went down to EGX, we went down to London.
Yeah.
Actually, not taking my laptop and not taking my mic, and just deciding we weren't going to bother recording while we were there. We were just going to have a laugh and do EGX and have a few drinks. That actually was a much more relaxing time because of it, you know. And the more I thought about it, I was like, actually, you know, I love doing this, and it's a lot of fun, and I love chatting bollocks with you guys for a couple of hours a week. But actually, we chat bollocks all the fucking time. This is just the 2 hours in a fortnight where we record it. And it's not a necessary part of my life.
No. Nor mine.
The chatting bollocks is definitely necessary.
Yeah, but we can do that whilst we're playing games.
But we can do that whilst we're playing games, and I can annoy you guys with constant screenshots being texted to you from Hades.
Yeah, and if the 4 people that listen to the podcast want to actually come and play games with us instead...
Shit, yeah, son.
Then they can do that too.
Yeah. That'd be.
So,
I mean, yeah, absolutely. That'd be an awesome time. Yeah, because there's always one of us around, or 2 of us around. You know. But yeah, it has been a time. I have enjoyed it a lot.
It's been a lot of time, a lot of playing games that we really shouldn't have played as well.
Yes.
Just so that we had something to talk about.
Yes. I spent half a year playing nothing but fucking walking simulators because I had no time and they were easy to finish.
Yeah.
Dear oh fucking dear.
You spent a good year playing Hitman 2 though.
I did. I played that solidly for a year as well. Like squeezing in other games was tough. I had an awful lot of work, and the same with the Hades thing, I suppose. Like having to put it down to play something else. Thankfully, Hitman 3 made it really easy because Hitman 3 was not the game that Hitman 2 was. So dropping that was not half as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I keep seeing adverts for like the DLC and that they were released, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, I bought DLC for that. And I haven't played any of it. I haven't done a contract in months. I haven't done an elusive target. I've missed maybe 10 elusive targets in the last couple of months. It's just not the game it was. Sad.
Yeah, I've never played it. It's the only one I didn't play because I wanted to give you a chance to sort of get ahead. Because there was such a pro at 1 and 2. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
I should have played it on my main profile though, rather than just playing it on that alternate profile that I don't tell anyone about. Well, I did on my actual profile. I set a few times in 1, I think, which were pretty good.
Yeah, I remember them
but it's
appearing
been a while.
on my timer, on my records list. Because I mean, this was just a thing for me. I don't compete with you in anything because it took me months to get good at Hitman, and like the first time you played it, you were beating my times. So, oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, okay. But I mean, I hate to. It's a final episode, so I hate to admit it, but you are far and above better than me at Dishonored and Hitman, and that kind of game. You know, that kind of sort of open linear game where you have multiple choices and multiple options to do things. You are far and above better than me at that stuff. Whilst I might be sort of quicker on the trigger, it's just I don't have the time to study things, and I can't be asked to just, I just want to smash through everything because.
Yeah, I think for me, for games like that, they're the ones that I like to spend my time in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like Deus Ex are the same. I adored Deus Ex, and I like just walking around. I like looking at all the, can I walk through here, and can I read this? And actually, to be honest, like Deathloop for me was really good, but also kind of cut down from Dishonored. Like everything you read in Deathloop, everything you pick up to read in Deathloop is story-based. You need it. You need to pick it up and read it to further the story. Whereas like you walk around in Dishonored, and there's 4 books worth of text you can just pick up and read because you can. It means nothing to you or the story, but if you want to know about the world, you can read it. Deathloop.
No, there was plenty of stuff like that in Deathloop, but just not as much.
Not half as much.
Because a lot of the reading stuff, linked to a puzzle of some
Yeah.
description somewhere along the line, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool in a way as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But there were all those interviews and things like that. They didn't really link into anything, did they?
No, they were quite good. The audio logs and that were quite good, and I enjoyed a lot of it. I really enjoyed Deathloop actually, and Arcane have said they're doing more. They're working on another unannounced game, so I don't know if that means Deathloop DLC, which I kind of hope for, but I don't know where they go from there.
And I would kill for some Hades DLC. They won't do it.
No,
But I would love some more Greek gods to come into it. Like Apollo or something else coming in with some crazy new power sets and stuff like that. It'd be fucking dope. But it won't happen because, typically Supergiant haven't had any DLC for any of their games.
no. It would be kind of cool though to have like just a 2.0 patch that puts a shitload of new stuff in to make it worth going back and talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I am impressed. I was saying this to the wife the other day because obviously she's watched me play this a lot, and she's like, "Have you not heard all this before?" I was like, "Nope." Apart from a couple of things, I've not heard any lines twice. Everything is new. Everything is, I'm still in the scripted stage of this story. There's still plenty to come, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd like to see some more of that, but I'd like to see the ending first.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I've played some weird fucking games in the last 5 years for this podcast, man. Like I say, 6 months worth of walking simulators just because they were quick to play.
They are all like 3 hours tops, aren't they?
But most of them are really good as well. Like, most of them are like decent stories and a bit of fun.
I was never really disappointed by anything that I had to play. There were a few real duds in there that challenge games typically.
Yeah.
Fogs
was probably the worst.
But even Fogs wasn't. At least it looked okay and it was kind of fun. If Arthur hadn't been, like I said, if Arthur hadn't been sat there with me, that I would have probably turned off as well. It's the only reason I finished it is because Arthur liked watching the cat dog basically just eat his own tail and stuff.
So I've got the list of our last 2 years worth of challenges here.
Okay.
So last year was our co-op challenge. So we had Halo in January.
Loved it.
Remnant.
Yeah, I like Remnant. You know what? I don't think I'll ever go back and play it and finish it. But actually,
it wasn't the worst.
I can see why it's got such a good following because it was solid.
Yeah,
it was just too hard for us.
It was tough.
Men.
It was very tough in places. Left 4 Dead.
Classic.
Yeah. Doom Eternal Battle Mode.
I liked it.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Because it's very rare that we play a shooter against each other.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun.
Worms and Rocket League.
Worms is just, I don't know, Worms just hasn't got it anymore.
No, it hasn't.
It's a bit too slow now, isn't it?
Well, Worms was great in the days of everybody playing on PC with the mouse and keyboard. It's just, you can't evolve from that and still call it Worms, and I don't think there's a market for it anymore. I don't know,
that Worms was fun, but it was only after we started like really messing around with what it was that we were doing.
Yeah,
instead of just playing generic games.
Yeah. World War Z.
You can't beat Rocket League.
No, Rocket League was a lot of fun.
Good quality stuff.
We still occasionally jump onto Rocket League. It's been a while, since we last did it though.
Yeah, well, I'll never get uninstalled.
Oh God, no! I've got it installed on everything.
It's always there.
World War Z, Titanfall. So that was Horde mode, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I love Titanfall.
And one game of proper Titanfall mode.
Yeah, well, we got murked, man.
You guys did. I did great.
No.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
It's a classic.
It's not as fun as I remember.
It didn't do anything for me when we were doing co-op.
No. Shadow Warrior 2.
Amazing.
Which was fucking great and led me into playing like the original Shadow Warrior, which was really fucking racist, and then the Shadow Warrior remake, which was kind of fun, but then obviously we all finished Shadow Warrior 2, which was a shitload of fun.
And shorter than I was hoping. From the main story, at least, anyway.
It looks like 3 is going to be single player only as well, which is a shame.
Yeah. and
they'll
also
change
not
that.
coming out until like March.
Yeah. Then we had Among Us, which was us three plus.
However else we could get
It was
involved.
Josh and Dunny. Did they turn up? And then Andy.
Josh
and,
did what?
Andy
Dunny
and Kane.
turned up, didn't he, and got pissed off with me not taking it seriously, so he
Yeah.
fucked off.
Andy
Yeah,
and
he
Kane from work.
he
came
forgot
along.
we were supposed to do it 2 days in a row,
Yeah.
and decided to, and only turned up once.
And then
Despite
there
the
was
fact that we all
what's it
said
as well.
we'll see you tomorrow.
The best. I thought about it the other day when I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was reading an article about the updates coming to Among Us, which looked quite interesting if anyone ever goes back. But I was just thinking about that amazing kill that I did right at the start of the match when everyone was in the room and totally got away with it as well. And I just sat chuckling to myself about it.
Everyone was in the map except for, well, Nate, I think, was the only one who wasn't in the map.
Yeah, that was a quality kill.
And we had
we did arrange to actually. We said that we were going to get together and play it again, didn't we?
Yeah.
But it's been what, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been a year.
You were
Still
supposed
ain't
to take it.
fucking played it.
And then
You were supposed to organise the next one, and you forgot.
I didn't. It just no one ever agreed.
I'm trying to organise a family Among Us thing at the moment now because my nephew is trying to introduce his dad and both my brothers-in-law to Among Us. So I'm trying to organise like a family, like let's just play Among Us together because that could be fun. Sit the Skype call on at the same time because it could be a shitload of fun. But I will report back and see if I ever get it off the ground. That was November last year, and then December last year was we done Gears 5 Horde mode. I think we dragged my brother in for that one, if I remember rightly.
We did. It was
And he
tough,
was terrible.
but still great game.
Yeah,
Still a great game. Looks brilliant now because I went back and played a bit the other day. It looks fucking
it
dope
looks
now.
gorgeous, doesn't it? It looks really, really good.
Really good. They've done a cracking job with it, to be fair.
It's just the game was more fun overall.
Well, it's just it's brilliant and it is fun, but it's just more Gears, and we've been playing Gears for fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years plus. So it's
to
just
be
more
fair,
of the same.
it did more than Gears 4 did because Gears 4 came quite close to killing my love of Gears of War, which I didn't think was actually ever going to be possible because the first 2/3 of Gears of War 4 are so fucking boring.
Yeah.
And then this year obviously was the game kind of recommendations challenge instead. So like in January we did Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, we did.
That was
Definitely
Katana
was
Zero,
fun.
which almost had me launching my controller out the window in frustration.
So fucking good, that game.
I really enjoyed playing that one.
I really enjoyed it, but there were times I was ready to fucking hang
It's
myself.
tough.
It was so
It's
tough.
tough, but worth every second. It's fucking quality game.
Call of the Sea, which was weird. Another one of those.
It was
walking
weird.
simulators.
Wasn't disappointed with it though.
No, I liked it. The
Quite
story was
enjoyed it.
okay. Double Kick Heroes, which nearly killed my hand.
That fucking I nearly took a trip down to Milton Keynes to set fire to John's house.
Destroy
a
All
great game,
Humans 2020. Destroy All Humans was alright. It was just
Yeah,
I
I think I aced it actually. I can't remember now.
I think it was a slog to finish just because, like, the final couple of missions were really.
the final
unnecessary,
fights
fucking hard.
were a bit of a pain in the bollocks, but it was alright. Talking of slogs, Zombie Army 4. That
Oh god,
I mean, I really
so
liked it.
brown.
It was kind of fun though, wasn't it?
It was
just
fun.
cheap fun. There weren't nothing much to it, and the story was fucking horse shit.
And the fucking the amount of crazy Hitlers at the end was
But that's
I couldn't
just
stop
what made it
laughing.
for me. At least it ended on an absolute mental
yeah.
high note, rather than just ending on a dull note and just leaving a sour taste. It actually ended really, really well.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's actually Zombie Army 4 had some fun moments. It wasn't the actual game itself; it was just the random little things that you come across, like the typewriters.
Yeah.
Fucking dolls, man.
Oh, they were great. So I love a good scare like that. But what I love more is I love people like you guys who don't like scares like that being tripped up by them.
Yeah, walking into a room, pressing a button, everything being fine, turning
And
around,
just
and
evil
just fucking
dolls.
dolls standing there.
I drink down myself once, I think, because of those fucking dolls.
Then we had Fogs. That was July this year.
Yeah, honestly,
Another reason set fire to John's
again.
house.
Fox was one of the best games in the history of this channel.
Fogs is one of the best games about two-headed rubber dogs ever made.
Yep.
Then we had the Swapper,
Brilliant.
which was amazing and super fucking dark. Like,
Yeah, very dark.
then More
That
Darkness
was a proper
with
mindfuck.
12 minutes, which was pretty dark as well.
Yeah, it was an odd one. That was an odd one, but I didn't.
It was strange.
Enjoy it.
I'm glad I played it. Glad I didn't pay for it. Really good. And then
I don't know if I finished it. I feel like I reached at least 2 of the endings, but not all of them.
and then we had October's game was The Ascent, which was okay.
Yeah, I liked it. It was great in single player, you know.
Yeah, so you said that a couple of times. And I kept going, do I want to pick it up and play? I was like, no.
It's a bit of a slog. Although, you know, we played it when it was quite new, which was probably a bad idea.
So have they just put out a big patch for it, and fixed a
Yeah,
lot of the shit that we were coming across?
Yeah. So basically now, one of the problems that we had were we were picking up side missions that you couldn't do because you couldn't get to the area.
Yeah.
Now you can't pick them up until you're able to get to the area. So if you can pick a side mission up, you can do it.
Brilliant.
Nice.
It's exactly what we needed.
Yeah, but they're introducing loads of new stuff through it. I was reading today they're putting transmog into it, and they're putting other bits and bobs into it.
The transmog would be good as well, because a lot of the time I sat there looking and going, well, this armor looks shit, but it's good. But I don't want to look like I've just fallen into a clown's wardrobe and tried to get dressed in the dark.
Yeah. Plus, everyone. I played a few games online, and everybody at Endgame looked exactly the same. Because everyone had to have that gear.
Because you needed that gear. Yeah.
It was the only piece of gear, and I think it had the highest. I can't remember the actual name because there was 3 or 4 different types of defense, and it was basically the one for physical bullets.
Oh yeah.
And it was the highest one for physical bullets when you had all of this armor on, so everyone had the same. It was just bananas. But yeah, so, I mean that'd be a great game next year when they've put all the new shit into it and got it up.
Well, we'll revisit it next year then, I reckon.
Well, I want to because I want to ace it. I'm 2 achievements away from finishing it.
Oh wow, okay.
Wow.
And one of them was glitched, so it's why I've not got it. Because basically you have to fill out the whole codex.
Yeah.
And I missed. There's one character missing from the codex, which is a character you get a mission from. And I've done the mission, and he sat in a bar in the town, and it still won't give me his bio even if I keep talking to him. He just tells me he's got nothing for me to do. Fuck off, basically.
Brilliant.
Lovely. And
then the other achievement is just for dying 100 times, which I thought, well, if I can't get that one, why the fuck's I might as well not bother just sitting here dying over and over. So I knocked it on the head, which is a shame, really, because when I had so much fun with the game and I carried on doing it just to get the achievements afterwards because I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was a very good shooter. Once you figured out how everything worked and you started getting decent armors and decent weapons and stuff, it was a capable.
Not just decent weapons, but ones that were just hilariously fun for no reason.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that a gun that I had from quite early at the start, I can't remember the name of it now. That is actually the best. That's the best gun in the game.
Huh.
Nice.
Cool.
Once it's maxed, it's the best gun in the game without question. Really.
Fair enough.
Especially if you set your.
I just remember you whining about not being able to get a minigun, and then you finally got it, and it was bad.
Oh yeah, they were. They weren't bad. They were good for crowd control, but this one I had was because it had explosive bullets. It was good for crowd control anyway.
Nice.
So yeah.
But that was literally all of our games from our challenges the last couple of years. But that kind of leaves us with November and December for this year with nothing, because obviously we're knocking this on the head. So I'm still going to challenge you two and say by the end of the year I want to see you guys at least have attempted to play the medium, because that was going to be my December game.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to playing it. In fact, I'm in sort of game lull mode at the minute, so I might actually just install it and start it.
I genuinely, so I say it is a very, very easy game to 100%, but don't try and 100%, or do try and 100% on your first run. Don't read the achievements, don't read a guide. If you read a guide, you're going to spoil the game. So I didn't get
That's most games.
But what I mean is, I didn't get my platinum for the medium, and I didn't get it until I bought it on PS5, at which point I'd already played it. So I'd seen the story play out. I didn't accidentally read a line that would have absolutely destroyed bits of the story. So 100%, just pick up the game and play it. When you see the end, it's 8 hours to the end. It's 8 hours to the end if you explore everything and go looking for all of your collectibles without a guide. If you do that, afterwards, I shit you not, because I had to clean up my platinum when I played it on the PS5. I ran through the whole game in 2 hours to clean up. So it's 100% worth going in blind and just playing the game. And if you want to go get the achievements afterwards, grab a guide and run through the game at lightning speed.
I would never go through a game on a first playthrough for all achievements. I don't think. Not nowadays.
It's just because I know it's listed as being a very easy 100%, and it is. But it's easy if you've got a guide next to you. I fear the game gets ruined if you do that. To be honest, I will probably play it through with you in December at some point, because I'd like to play it through again. I'd like to get the 100% on the Xbox, because I've only got a few to get, and literally I got most of them just by playing. But there's something I actually want to go back and check something, because I was sure an environment looked different when I played it on the Xbox, and I'm curious.
Oh yeah, they did say to change a few things.
I'm happy to play it. I'm happy to not get 100% on it.
I genuinely, like I said
it.
I said it before. It's got one scare. You'll know the scare when it happens, because it's a scare. Once that's done, there are no scares left, and it's quite early on. So once you get over that, it's a mystery game. It's a mystery walking simulator with a ghost. It's genuinely really good. So I'll say, even though obviously we're not going to be recording a podcast, I would like to see you guys see the end of the medium by the end of the year. That's my challenge for you guys to do.
Okay.
And I will
Who
gladly.
was supposed to do November?
So November is you.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick a game.
Make it Hades so I can finish it, because we're halfway through November already.
You know, a game I'd love you guys to both play.
Graham.
Asura's Wrath.
Oh, see, I really want to play that. Is it backwards compatible?
It is backwards compatible.
Is it?
It was added to backwards compatibility on the last set of updates that they did when they were doing backwards compact games. And it must be dirt cheap nowadays. I don't know how much it is digitally.
I'm just going to have a look digitally, because it's one of those games I really want to play, because it's hack and slash.
You need all the DLC for it as well, though, because it might be a bit pricey, actually. You know, fucking yeah, holding its price in CEX want 20 quid.
We're not playing this,
and that's not including digital.
He's $20 on the store. I'll have a look in a bit and see what. I don't mind picking. I might not pick it up this month, because obviously it's Christmas and I'm going away for a couple of days next week, so I'm a bit poor. But I will definitely pick it up, because it is something I really want to play. I wanted to play it when I first saw it, because it's a story type that really interests me. And then obviously you've done nothing but sing its praises for pretty much as long as I've known you.
Bonkers. It's 15 quid on the Xbox store.
It's not bad.
And then the episode packs probably equate to about 7 quid. But you don't need all of them. You only need the episode pack part 4, which is a £5. The other ones are like just really funny.
Okay. I might.
The 2 Street Fighter ones are brilliant.
I shall keep an eye on it.
Other than that, I can find something else. But if being as we're officially challenging us, I think you should go and play that because that's just a fucking dope game.
I absolutely will.
And there genuinely isn't anything else like it. Not that I can think of. It's so fucking bonkers. I've never fought a planet-sized enemy before in any game when you're just a human-sized person. It's just fucking ape shit. But it's a lot of fun. Just turn down the difficulty to pussy mode.
Oh, I'll baby mode it
through
anyway. Absolutely. Always going to baby mode it. I'm too old for that shit now. Well, I'm tempted. I might turn God mode off on my Hades once I've platinumed it, just to have a bash through. Because I've still got God mode switched on.
Oh, I'd leave it on. Fuck it. Asura's Wrath's great, but I don't think you can actually play it initially on hard mode, even if you wanted to.
Really?
Like, it's there, but I think it's so difficult that it's not possible. I think you have to get a few of the upgrades that you can get before you switch to hard mode.
Fair enough.
Because just certain, I'm sure I remember doing something like that. It was just you didn't have enough power basically to take down the enemies, like power magic bar or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Some of the upgrades that you got further on gave you like silly amounts of magic and stuff. It meant you could actually finish the fights. I was like, I can't remember the game that well now. It was like unlimited some shit. I don't fucking knows. But it was a lot of fun. I played it again a lot last year maybe. But yeah, loved it.
Yeah. By $14.99. Not bad. Can't see any of the videos because I've not signed into.
Have I not got it on digital? I'm sure.
I do not know. I mean, if you have, I'll just install it. But I do not know. I've never looked, to be honest. I have to plug my Xbox in. My Xbox cable is still powering my work router.
If it's not, I'll probably just pick it up digital anyway, just so I've always got it, because it's such a dope game.
I mean, if you do, let me know, because obviously I'll split it down middle with you, happily.
Yeah, well, there you go, sold then. And you'll already have the DLC, because they've definitely already bought that.
Nice. Yeah, so I might not do it in November. Depends on what time looks like. Got a few days off
John,
this week.
You get no discount.
Well, I'm just not that playing.
£15 for you. You have to think that the only thing that irks me about it, and I think it's merely because it's fucking Capcom, is that the actual ending is in the DLC.
Oh, of course it fucking is, because it's Capcom.
Yeah.
Bastards.
So technically the game ends at the end of chapter 3.
Okay.
Technically. But really, it's at the end of chapter 4. It's just and chapter 4 is just fucking bananas. Absolutely bananas. I mean, chapter 2 and 3 were fucking crazy enough. I don't want to spoil anything else, but fucking chapter 4 was just what the fuck. But so much fun. So much fun.
Bloody hell, someone wants £34 for it on eBay.
Mate, physical copy of it costs a lot of money. Those old
£99?
Yeah, I've got an absolute pristine copy here as well. I ought to put mine on eBay.
Apparently they're still going for. Well, I'm just looking at listings. I don't know what's. Let me do the sort by. Fucking hell, where is it? Show only sold items. I want to see how much it actually went for. 16 quid, 15 quid, 16 quid. Yeah, so the people who want £99 for a promo copy can suck a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
Apparently, I can play it on PC with a PS3 emulator.
Good shout. You should definitely play it, John. You won't be disappointed. It is such a fucking laugh. It's so bananas.
There we go. That's the rest of our challenges for the rest of the year. I will definitely, one way or another, I will have that installed and play it by the end of the year because I want to play Asura's Wrath. And I've finished the medium twice, so if I have to wait to play that again, that's not a problem.
Awesome.
All right. Should we wrap it up then, boys, or do you guys want to say anything else, or do you want to? You guys got any favourite moments you want to talk about before we knock it on the head?
It's been a blast. The whole lot's been a blast. You know, I've loved it, and I love you too, guys. So yeah.
Yeah,
Farewell.
it's been
Farewell.
great. The whole, being friends with you guys, and I'm gonna do the whole soppy one of being like, you guys aren't my friends, you're my brothers now.
Aw.
Yeah.
I mean,
In all seriousness, I couldn't have asked to do this with better people. No, like of all of the friends that I've got and all the people I've played video games with in the past, just randomly meeting Lee.
£10 for £10 for what was essentially 9 inches worth of
Friendship.
Yep. That's all you're getting now.
Wow.
Hey, mate, I pressed the £10 a few times. So you technically got £40.
I mean, if you're going to give me £40, I'll buy Azura's Wrath and all the DLC.
You can play it on a PS3 emulator on PC, I heard.
For £40, I'll do it because that's what you've promised me.
I'll consider it.
Okay.
But I'll be seeing you guys in, a month anyway?
yeah, you're coming down here, aren't you?
I am. With
Some
Phil.
kind of concert of comedy.
Yes.
Yeah,
The old
Some kind of
stables.
comedy concert.
that'd be good. Almost forgot that was happening.
Although I won't be able
Yeah.
to drink because
You'll be driving.
Phil won't drive.
Fair enough.
Because he's a knob.
Phil's an arsehole.
Well, he's an alcoholic, so I can't deny him. He needs it to survive, more or less. So
Wow.
I'll let him drink and I'll manage.
To be fair, I have work and I will have to drive. So if I drink, it will be just Uno and that's it. It'd be a laugh, and then
I'd say I'll drive us all, but I'll probably hit a gate again.
Well, yeah, please don't do that. Genuinely, like when we go to EGX next year, I'm driving because I don't want you to wreck your car.
If you drive into the gate going to EGX this time round, then we truly know that
It's that
not
house at that
me.
point, isn't it? The
It's
house
the
is
house.
cursed.
Yeah, it's a poorly designed
I
driveway.
did look around. So obviously, because we were talking about going to EGX next year, and I've been kind of having a look around, and that house is still up there, and it's still an Airbnb. I was like, I could get behind that because that was actually an all right digs for a couple of days.
There was plenty of
How many beds
space.
was it?
Just the oven didn't work. That was the only. But you take away for a few. It was like a 4-bedroom, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
It was 4 bedroom, but I think it was more than 4 beds.
yeah. Didn't one of the rooms have
I
a
think,
bunk bed in it or something? Or I don't know.
yeah, I think I had bunk beds, but it was just me.
I
and
slept in
Josh
what ended
had
up
them.
what was a random makeshift bedroom downstairs in the kitchen,
Yeah.
which was fine by me because it meant when I got up and went for a run, I didn't disturb anybody.
It's just that I know that at least one of my friends is planning on going to EGX again. Anyway, so I don't think it's Josh.
You should bring the lady friend, mate.
I would. She already lives in London, so it's kind of, I just go stay at hers. Just,
Or do that, like just ignore us and just fuck off to the other side of London.
Yeah. Well, she will have probably moved to a different part of London by then.
Fair enough.
So she's trying to get somewhere nearer the South Bank.
Just in time for when we come to London, she just coincidentally moves to another side of London, so that we can...
I mean, she's already on the other side of London to the XL anyway.
Does she know about that Scottish girlfriend that no one's ever met or seen or heard of as well?
No, because there isn't. I don't know anyone from Scotland.
Oh, all right. Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Do I actually know any Scottish people? I don't think so. Brooke, are you secretly Scottish?
No,
Okay.
mate. I live in Milton Keynes, and that's too far north for me. Right. I think that's time for us to knock it on the head for the evening, boys.
Knock it on the head forever.
Forever. I tell you what, before we go, obviously we've been doing this for 5 years, and I have access to all of our numbers, and I know a few people listen to us every episode we put out. I mean, not lots,
Yay.
but there are at least a few downloads. So I'm assuming some of the people listen to the shows they download. So obviously for the last 5 years of listening, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's listened, everyone that's interacted with us on on Twitter and Facebook and that. You know, there's a few who are regular contributors to our conversations on Twitter and Facebook and that. But yeah, obviously it's that everybody that's listened to us, everybody that's interacted with us and just makes it worth us recording and editing and putting out every couple of weeks. You no longer make it worth editing and recording and putting out every couple of weeks, so we're not going to.
So fuck you.
I don't mean that even a little bit. I don't mean that. But yeah, this is just because like life has to constantly get in the fucking way. So I am sorry, but yeah, this is the end of the Character Unlock podcast, and that kind of sucks. But we're not dying. We're going to be around. Always. Yeah, well, I am. Well, I'm always around doing something, giving people shit on Twitter, and you know, and obviously we'll be around playing games with each other. So yeah, boys, for the last time, do you want to tell people where they can find you?
You can't find me. You can't find me anymore. I'm no longer anywhere.
He's at the John 7293
Wow.
on Xbox, and the John _CU on Twitter, and John Longarm Miller on Facebook.
And take this dong on Tinder.
Yeah, check out this tiny dong on TikTok.
Rusty Sheriff's Badge 321 on Grindr.
That's already taken. Brooks.
That's my one.
This is far from rusty. This is shiny, fresh platinum.
Shiny, freshly used.
Yeah. Skimmed off the top.
Oh.
I am
like old milk.
Fridge everywhere. Come play with me because I am the one that plays games more than these two.
I mean, that's not a lie, even a little bit.
Yeah, but you play games that are single player.
I will play multiplayer games. Don't feel like just because we're adults now that you can't just actually send me an invite. Like going around to your mate's house and ringing the doorbell. You can still do that shit.
You just shout through the letterbox.
Yeah, you don't have to text first and arrange 3 weeks in advance.
Just yelling at your house. Can Lee come out to play, please?
I'd fucking love it if one of my mates turned up and knocked on the door and said, "Mate, now." That'd be fucking brilliant. I'd be like, "Yes, mate, let's go."
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it around April time. I'm sure that will go down really well.
It would.
With you, it definitely would.
I'm in.
I'm sure I would get stabbed by certain other people that live in your house.
I'm away for like 2 or 3 weekends in September as well, which at the moment is okay, but I'm not pushing my luck.
No, just make sure you get it okayed now and in the calendar. So when arguments happen, you go, but you said it was all right.
Oh, yeah, I'll be absolutely fine.
And I am Brooker411 on Twitter and on Xbox and PlayStation. If you want to come play games with me, I am Troublemaker411. All one word. Yeah. That's it, boys.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening. Boys, thank you for doing a podcast with me. It's been a pleasure for the last couple of years.
Thank you for hosting a podcast for us.
Shit, yeah, son. When I've kicked the kid out and I'm divorced and I'm living in a little studio flat on my own because my wife can't handle me anymore, we'll come back.
Good call.
But until then, boys, do you want to say goodnight to everyone?
Goodbye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Have a nice life.
Have a nice life. Fucking hell. Fuck you. Bye.
Fuck you.
All right, good night, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.